question, your bold opinions. Let's spark some lively discussions on 3FM Drive.
Yes, sir. Let's get talking. Earlier on, as having the conversation, they said we shouldn't say it's early on or anyways, whatever. Early on is the same. Oh, so you either say earlier. Okay, thank you. So earlier, I was sharing the topic with you for Easy Talk, and it's simple. Kweku King and I started having a conversation, and he says that he disagrees. He thinks that we should all be responsible for our actions. The question is, has peer pressure been used as a convenient excuse over the years to justify people's own bad decisions? That is the question. Yeah. So maybe you want to, and it can be good pressure or bad pressure. So it doesn't. So yeah, feel free. But this one we're saying bad decision, so I think it's the negative. It's in the negative. The question again is, has peer pressure been used as a convenient excuse over the years to justify people's own bad decisions? So we found you're a good guy, then suddenly you started taking red or blue or yellow. And when your parents asked you, you said, or even your parents didn't ask you, some parents are fond of blaming the guy that looks bad. Not the guy that's bad, though, the one that looks bad. Yeah. And blaming him.
Or the girl that looks bad.
Or the girl that looks bad around you, and blaming them for things you've not done. Currently, I won't mention where, but one place that I go a lot. Currently, when I go, I don't talk. Yesterday, I went there after work. I didn't talk. Because I look like the guy that will influence everybody.
You look like the bad guy.
But they are bad, Dada. So I've prayed to God after. I said, God, show the leader my heart and then the heart of the rest, so that he will know. Because for me, he's human. I can't convince him.
You're right.
I'm the one that's a musician. I'm the one that doesn't want to cut his beard. I'm the one that is on radio. So everything that's in the eyes of showbiz that looks bad, it's for the devil, it's me.
Is it?
So yesterday they were talking about how making money outside, abroad, and I said, God, you are here. I haven't said a word. So the question, I've experienced it. Look, I stayed with one man and his kids. They went to all kinds of things. I may have picked a few things from them, but along my life's path, I've always been a leader. So, and I hate anything that controls me. That's why it's the only reason I don't drink, and I don't like anything that makes me feel I'm not in control.
Right.
So after a while, I just moved on. I'll just sometimes, by the grace of God, will wake up one day and say, I'm done with this, and I'm done. I'm that type, and I'll never go back to it. And I thank God for that willpower. But some people don't have that strength.
True.
And so they are in the center of this conversation.
Everybody
starting from King, you shared your thoughts already, so I'll start with Esino.
Okay, I think that when we achieve certain things, it's easier to say, I achieved it.
Okay.
But when it's something bad, it's difficult to say, I did this thing, or I did this wrong thing. And so I believe strongly that, yes, peer pressure has really been like overly used just to, make people feel good. If I say I did something wrong, everybody be judging me, pointing fingers at me. But in order to get your sympathy, it's easier to say, oh, Michael influenced me, or I was under the influence of alcohol, or this or that. So yes, I believe strongly.
Alcohol, like how?
Are you the only Michael?
No, you're not the only Michael. That's how I agree.
I said Michael.
Couldn't she have used any?
You are even lucky she didn't say the work of the devil.
Yes, I think that we have. People are just scared of being accountable and just don't want judgment. So everything peer, especially when it's negative. But when it's positive, it's easier to say, I did.
Do we? Okay, I get the angle you're coming from. But there are some people too, they are bad. And they actually would want to influence you.
No, I think we all have our minds. Like, you have a mind of your own. You should be able to make certain decisions for yourself.
I have a head. But I don't have the mind.
Then you have to go. You have to be able to mature to that level. You have to. I was telling Kweku King something.
Yeah.
That if I have a decision to make, and I know, say the four of us, I know which of you is going to second what I want to do if it's negative. There's no way I'm going to waste my time on the other two. I'll go directly to the other person who I know will
support you.
Exactly. So certainly, I don't think Kweku King, if he's the one I'm going to, I wouldn't say he influenced me. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I think that's how it works, to be honest.
But this one is different too.
You needed a cushion.
Let's
You needed a cushioning to sin.
You see what happened here right now.
But wait, hold on. I want to bring all other factors together. You are an innocent guy or girl. You find yourself in a very disciplined home, for example. You've never done certain things before. You move to a different environment. It could be school, it could be boarding house, it could be anything. And now there's a bit of freedom, the freedom you never had at home. One, there's that thought of, Charlie, it's time to go out there. You know, let me not even use boarding house only so that somebody will say this one is for kids. Let's say even you are in Ghana and you move to another country and you're no longer at home. Or even you go to a hostel, you are no longer at home, you're in a university.
University, yes.
You are married, but you went on a trip with friends as a female or male.
Right. They are telling you everything
is possible. You're actually seeing it also. Secondly, they have what you don't have in your eyes. You know, you can see they're looking good, they are smelling good, they have the money, and they're looking good. You know, they're looking good.
Telling you this is the way.
And they are telling you this is the way. I remember we went to a country, and I wouldn't say much because the person, I know the person is listening or might be listening. We went to a country, and the person that came to get us is a high-level person in the country. So they know the whole airport protocol. Once when we're done, they picked us up, and this guy has a party van. So picked us in the van and said, no, you guys cannot be in Kampala and you will not chill tonight before we talk about the business in the morning. Because, you know, tomorrow is busy and after tonight we can't have fun till the weekend. So we sat in the van and everything. But the guy, what Esinu said happened in the car. The guy sort of knows me. So he knows that, he knows I don't drink. And he always says I'm boring. So the friend I went with, like he was quick to say, oh, Charlie, take care.
Right.
Yeah, and it was a substance, you know? And me, when my friend took it and the way he pulled it, you know,
It shocked
me. You know,
you be delayed for the friendship.
I tell you, so it was after as I was with him alone, and I said, Joe, but why? Because he coughed the way he coughed. And there's this drink in that town that I love. It's called Jabba Juice. It's from their plants. Okay, and it keeps you awake. And that's what I drink.
Like a tire.
It's not like a tire. It's it doesn't have a taste. It's like water. It's like they've soaked the tree bark in water. Yeah. So most of the drivers that go on a long journey, that's what. Okay. So it's like a tire.
Yeah,
it
tire
like
keeps
a tire.
you awake too.
Yeah. And
No, but a tire has taste. This one.
this one doesn't have taste. It has some
taste. It gets some back.
Yeah.
Esinu is lost. You don't know what. We'll influence you to take a tire.
I hear a lot of Kenyans drink that as well. So that's what I like. Because when it's chilled, I like that. So I don't take sugar. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I said, Joe, that's why I take my Java juice and my water. Then he said, oh, but for the business. You know, you're going to meet, and the big man we are meeting has given you
The go ahead.
He passed on the thing to you. You shouldn't say no. Because he will look at. I've sat with a very powerful man in his house, and he said, you cannot refuse alcohol in my house.
True.
Yes, he said it to us.
Oh, true.
And we're going to beg. So, so I took it, but I never drank it. And he was very offended. He was very, very offended. He never invited me to his house again because he did a business with the rest of the guys. You know, so in that instance, what do you do?
So you stood your grounds. You didn't.
But the money don't come.
The money too no come.
No, but still
Your hustle go up.
But you still stood your grounds. That's the whole that's the whole message you're trying to send across. That you have the will to say no and stick to it, or you have the will to say yes and stick to it.
People are afraid not to be the cool guy. So I want to be the cool. If I want to be the cool guy or the cool chick.
To what extent? When you were making the scenario, you said the thought of being free comes into mind. It means you think about it, that I am now free to do this and this and this. So let me go and do it.
So you made me do it.
No, the fact that you thought about it, I didn't put the thought in your head though. You thought about it.
You did.
I'm in another man's country on a holiday.
You are the serpent in the garden. You did.
But I didn't bite the fruit. You bit it.
Yes, but you told me that if I bite it, I will see
clear.
And I saw.
But I'm not your teeth.
That means that you wanted to see.
I didn't want to see.
That is why it
I was
easy
standing.
for you
I
to
was
see.
standing.
You brought the knowledge of seeing to me.
You brought the thought.
Of seeing to
I
me.
was minding my business.
Yes.
What else again do you want to see?
No,
You
I'm
said,
saying that.
I was chewing raw
you
pepper.
actually
I didn't even know
brought
it was hot. I was chewing grass. I
You were
was
running
having
with
fun.
lions.
I'll run around. I was seeing Adam's bolo bolo. I didn't even know it was bolo bolo. So you did it.
Yeah. Oh, but influence comes in so many ways.
Yes,
An example just happened in the studio here when Esinu was speaking. She said Kweku King because Trey calls me that.
No.
That's a bad influence.
No.
How is
You
it
understand?
bad? Maybe she. Okay, so let's see. You wanted to call him that.
You understand? That's
That means
bad
you also
influence.
wanted to call him that.
No, the name is King Kweku.
Oh.
You understand? But Trey has influenced you to start calling me
No,
Kweku
I
King.
don't think so.
You see?
I don't.
You see?
I don't
You
see
see?
it. You are the one
You are
that-
one of those parents who blame people.
For this.
People
You
blame
are the
people.
bad guy. You are the bad guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think everybody has a mind of its own that can think and process information on you. If you want to play the blame game, that's when you start to look for people to put that on. That this person did that to me. This person. Yes, there can be some sort of influence. No two ways about that. But it's to an extent. The action itself is on you.
Is it like this or it's like this?
Yeah, the
Don't say
action
to
is
that extent.
no. I
want you to
can
stick
let
to
you.
your argument.
Yes,
Don't
yes. No.
extend it.
Listen to me. Oh, you have a mind of your own to do whatever that you want to do.
Just-
That's it. But I can tell you that this phone can take a picture with a camera in 4K. But you taking the action can decide to take it in HD. You've still taken your picture, you understand? The action is on you.
Yeah.
But the influence, I can influence you no matter what. But you choose to do it or not.
Okay.
You understand? That is what I believe.
I didn't choose.
I didn't.
You did because you acted on it.
So with what?
Some people can even drive you to the place.
And you still decide not to drink.
No, you've driven me there. I'm seeing the thing is sweating. The bottle is sweating.
I'm telling you.
You know what are you
There
talking
is a
about?
saying that you can force the horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink.
Exactly.
Then
Those-
that horse
anybody
is,
that came,
that horse.
those people that came up with those idioms and proverbs,
Yes.
I'm sure say they no be serious.
They're not serious people. How can
They-
you
they
say
didn't even
the
think
horse
about
to
the
the
future.
Then the horse was
telling
not
you.
testy. The horse was not testy.
In this era,
See, you said the horse was not tasty. So at the end of the day, you have it in your mind that I would want to do this. So
No.
my
No.
pressure.
the
or
horse
influence-
was not testy, but when the horse saw water,
Yes.
became testy.
Testy. Yes.
Let's be very honest here. See, people have minds of their own. Of course, nobody is a goat. People were brought up.
Oh my God.
You understand? People were brought up from homes. They were trained. They had power of their own. They get into a space that is so toxic,
Yeah.
a space that has so much influence. See,
Yeah.
what we are talking about is like we are playing with it, but it's no play.
It's not
joke.
play.
It's a serious
It's
issue.
not
I know.
You
play.
understand? People came in. I can give you an example. My school days, and if they are listening from SHS, somebody that used to write our names that you have not gone to SU for Reverend to beat you, found himself in another country. You understand? Today he's a pharmacist. I mean, he's a pharmacist or a doctor, one of them, and everything. I picked him at the airport. Before I could get to Accra Mall, he was waiting for me there. When I went to pick him. You know when you are looking for pasta,
Yeah.
kind of long sleeves with everything.
Yeah.
And you see
Then
gangster.
I saw one guy to light smoke. I said, but who crowd will be in front of this mall by this time?
Smoking.
With
Yeah.
hot smoke, and then he got bonnet. Also for both on again. He said, Michael, don't play. Oh. The country, Charlie, no busy. If I pass left, I know they even find Christians to study Bible with.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was not for him to be in that space. But you see, that's the space you are in doesn't even allow you even to function well.
Yeah, that's true.
I also can give you a number of examples. Somebody that was straight and everything found himself working someplace around me. I'll say it is Abo. Hey, guy became so corrupt that even if you send him to go and buy a bucket, you put something on it.
I said the place we were.
You say Amo.
You get some, there are some places when you enter. You see, that's the thing, oh.
See,
even in the corporate space, there are some work places where you enter, you become
one. You become
see,
a robe.
Yes.
it's either you leave, it's either you declare you,
Or you become like them.
or you become like them to survive.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, there are some, you see, like, for example, by the grace of God, where we have gotten to, nothing can compromise us now. But before there, I'm telling you, things will compromise you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you are following artists, you want to even be part of a certain project, Charlie, and all those things.
Yeah.
They are working with you. Trek knows about this. 2 a.m. fair, you are not asleep.
Yeah.
From bar to bar, club to club, and everything, because you have to jump on a project.
Yeah.
And that project will take you to the next level.
Yeah.
Today, you have that willpower to talk anyhow and everything and say, okay, call me tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to be honest, I'm busy. Because now you have built capacity out of those issues and everything. Today, this is where you are. So, I mean, who says that some of these women or girls that they sleep with to have their jobs and everything, that is what they wanted to do? They didn't have a mind of their own. They did.
But the question is,
When he
will
looks
you base on that to justify your bad decision?
Yes, I'll base on that.
Peer
because-
pressure.
Yes, peer pressure, I know. Because you know what, that girl that we are talking about, the father is a shoe shine. The mother just recently got mild stroke. You understand? And have 4 brothers who are going to school in and out. And for them to survive and everything, I'm not justifying that is what she has to do. But circumstances around the space and everything led her to do that.
All right. I'm opening the phone lines now. 0559-242-717. I want to find out what you have to say. 0556-910-154. 0559-242-717. Or 0556-910-154. Has peer pressure been used as a convenient excuse over the years to justify people's own bad decisions? Because this one there, I'm with Michael.
Stay with me, Drake.
You're on your own.
Stay with
Me too, I'm with Esino.
That's
Take yourself. And the calls are already coming in. Let me check this one out. Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who am I speaking with, please?
Right, you're calling right from Achimota, Kelly.
Yes, sir. What's your take on this one?
I mean, I've enjoyed your conversation to the detail.
Thank you.
In fact, I started with one panelist to another, and I don't even know what to say again because this is a typical qualitative discussion.
I'm
But
glad
this
we
where I want to
confused.
take it from.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
You know, we cannot rule out environmental factors from our lives.
That's true.
In
Awesome.
fact, when you go into biology, your genetic endowment will be there. But if you don't have the food, you may not grow up to your standard state. And
Yeah.
so that is how human beings are. We are highly influenced by the society in which we find ourselves.
Right.
And I like
Right.
the scenario that was given by your friend who happens to be a pharmacist, came back and was behaving in a particular way. That
Yeah.
is not what he wants to do, even though he has his own mind. This
yeah.
is intellectual.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Yeah.
knows that this is good. He knows that this is bad. But you know what? Once you don't feel belong to a community, this is what happens. You can be depressed. You have anxiety. You feel lonely. And then mental health issues also come in
That's true.
when you are isolated from a particular community.
That's true.
And so the social influences are very, very serious. However, I also want to give this caution that You don't just have to yield to any kind of social pressure because you want to belong.
That's true.
Sometimes you need a little bit of resilience.
Yeah.
For all you know, you'll be the magnet of attraction for the creation of another community. And so, for example, let's take Ghana here, whereby many people go for clubbing, a lot of your friends go for clubs and all those in fact.
Okay, we lost that one. But he set the conversation so right. He spoke about two parts. We have another call. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. I think this is...
Wabaneke.
I think this is Lucifer.
Lucifer. Yeah, this will be Lucifer.
Why?
He says, why?
This will be Lucifer. Nowadays, you say they change your voice.
Yeah.
You guys,
Charlie.
I hope everybody's doing fine.
Everyone is doing fine.
All right, thank God.
Well, listen.
See, don't blame anybody for your own stupidity.
Thank you.
When Jesus Christ came on earth, hello?
Yes, we are
We're
listening.
Yeah, when Jesus Christ came on earth, he healed all kind of diseases. By stupidity, forget it. Because God gives you the conscience to make judgments.
That's true.
So, you can be in the midst of weed smokers, but you can decide. You can solely decide not to smoke, and nobody can force you, regardless the influence. So don't blame anybody. Any mistake that you do, take it upon yourself. If you blame me, wahala for you.
Right. Well said.
You understand?
Yes, well said.
Yes, you don't have to blame anybody. No, don't blame anybody. Because me, regardless, when you come, I'm waiting for you in hell. So don't blame anybody.
So when you come, I'm waiting for you.
You are waiting for the people who are blaming people in hell. Don't blame anybody. I'm waiting. I'm at the gate waiting.
I'm waiting for you. Hello. There's another caller. Hello. Okay. So we lost that one. You see, I remember in Holland we went to Body of World or World of Body, something like that. And all right, but before that, let me give you the phone line: 0559 242 717 or 0556 910 154. And when you enter that space, you will see people who have donated their bodies to be displayed for positive purposes. Sometimes they show their liver because they used to smoke, and so you see how smokers, and it's a real liver, and they preserved it. And there's a signage I saw on the different percentages of things that make a person happy. Then I saw that there's also, I think it's about 15% comes from environment.
Right.
Your environment.
True.
So pressure
From environment.
from environment.
Yeah.
Because as it stands now, a lot of people are running around the streets of Accra crazy. Why? Because there's this pressure, indirect pressure from people, especially now with social media.
Exactly.
I'm about to share something with you. I'm coming. Let me pick this call. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir. Your name, please.
Yeah. Joshua speaking from Ablekuma.
Justice for Mablekuma. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, Akwabwa once said in a song that Ope Wadia Dada.
Aye.
No, maybe
Yeah.
Aye.
The thing is, you can't blame anyone for your actions. Or let me say, I had some friends, and they can smoke the whole day. And I roll with them every day. We can cook, we can eat, we can do everything. But when it gets to the smoking part, and they are passing, they tell me that, oh, Justice, would you take it? I'll tell them that if you want me to walk from this place to my house with my head, give it to me. And honestly, I know I can't do that, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Though we roll together, we do everything together, but that part of their life, I am not part of it. So you can't do something and then blame it on someone.
That's
You
true.
come from different families, you come from different backgrounds. You know where you come from. So you shouldn't do something someone is doing just because he or she is your friend. And then be like, me, because of Nipa way. It's not right. It's your own decision. You have your own mind. You have your sense and everything. So you can decide for yourself.
Okay. All right, Justice. Well said. Achilles is on line 1. Let's find out what he has to say. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Achilles, how are you?
Cool. You?
I'm great. Shoot. We want to hear you.
Craig. If I tell you to kill your mom, will you?
No, I will not.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you have not influenced me yet.
No, I'm trying to influence you that when you kill your mom, you can get 20 billion.
And that one need to take. I have to
consider
certain things.
Is that how to?
And you have to do what?
I'll see. You have to do what?
Why are you considering? That means you are thinking about. You are making judgments. You are thinking about certain things.
No, but you are making me think
don't blame
about certain
anybody for your action. You shouldn't.
That is not the
You
influence.
shouldn't. SNU was like, oh, when you do good, then I did it myself. But when it's bad, you try to find sympathizers, so you push it upon somebody. Why? Do you want people to see that person to be your Satan? It shouldn't be like that.
Well, yeah, I get you. I get
Accept
where you're coming
everything.
from. So we must be responsible
on
for
in life.
everything.
Yes. Accept the good and the bad. Because all human beings are created to be a blessing and a curse. So when the curse comes, you accept it yourself. The blessing comes, you accept it. You move on. You make corrections. That's all.
Okay. All right. Let me share some. I said I was going to share something. So I have this friend. This is years back. I wasn't tricked. I was tricked, but I wasn't known. And I just started my music thing, and Charlie, he was making money, and we were all from the same hometown. He comes to me one day and says, Charlie, bro, I admire the way yob and go. So I said, why not? So he started hanging out with me. Like me sometimes, and I used to be a battle rapper. So we hang out, go our battle, win, and then so maybe the only things I was getting as like, he drives, I wasn't driving, he'll pick me. Fast forward, I started talking to him about church. Me, I'm not a new believer. So I was talking to Charlie, forgot church, Sundays. Then he said, I don't have clothing for church. I said, my church. Name, please.
My name is SK Farouk, calling from Isakina.
SK Farouk, you are my final caller, and I want to hear you.
Well, I've been listening to your program, and I want to contribute to more.
Sure.
See, when it comes to influence, peer pressure and those things, it's all from you. When if you want to make the thing, you will make. And if you want to resist yourself from your company, you will. Me, I've been with a couple of friends that are doing a lot of things that, hey, I've said to myself, no, I have to watch out and then.
But what if I don't have the strength to say no?
Well, the issue here is some people really want to venture into something, but to their own, they cannot. Once they find somebody who is into it, then they mingle with the person, then, oh yeah, he is in it. That is the whole thing. Nobody goes into certain things without having the feeling or the plan to do it. Especially when it comes to drinking, smoking, and those things. Me, I'm a victim. I follow friends who smoke cigarettes.
Because I want to change. If not for that, why this guy won't be able to talk to me like that.
Right.
When we dropped the girl at the hostel, she asked us to wait. That she was going to change, come back, so that we take a taxi to my place. And I live with the guy, so she'll be there as well. Then we stood there for almost 3 hours.
The girl was still
changing. She had not come. She came down around 4 to 5 a.m. when the sun was already up.
I'm on you.
And she came and said, okay, let's go. And I said, but we've waited, like there's no apology, nothing. He said, look, are we going or not so that I can go back? Because, hey, me too, I like that thing. So I said, okay, let's go. Then my friend called me when everything was over, like a day after, and said, "Trey, me, I respect the whole church thing and everything, but forget
I don't go do it.
this one there."